Ugh. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Symphogear GX episode 10. And if you're wondering about that cold open and the noise I made, Dr. Ver is back. Um, yeah, I've made it clear in the past I don't like him, and it's not even just like, oh, you're not really supposed to like him. I just don't like him as a character. I think he brings this series down. He is so actively upsetting that it's like it goes beyond just like being a standardly hateable character. Like it's you have a lot of anime where there's characters who are hateable, but it's like they're important to the story. You need to have them. The story wouldn't work as well as it does without them. Obviously, a great example of this is Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Shao Tucker is despisable. You fucking hate him. But his role in the story and like that entire like 2 episodes, I think it is so important to the overall plot and character development for Ed and Al that it can't be taken out. And as much as you hate him, it's almost kind of fun to hate him because of how absolutely atrociously shitty and terrible he is. But with Dr. Ver, it's like he's not fun to hate. He's just he's exhausting, honestly. And on top of that, like I I can't say with any real certainty how his impact is or isn't important to the series overall because I'm still going through it. There's like I think 2 seasons after this one. And I can only say that like right now he doesn't seem like he's that vital. It seems like you could probably take him out and you'd only have to rewrite a tiny little bit. He's not that big of a deal. He's just he's a fucking pimple. Like he is so annoying. And I just don't want to see him anymore. And it's like they keep putting him in like prison and stuff and it's like this isn't helping. Just fucking kill the dude. There's some points where you can't just imprison someone, where it's not going to do anything, it's not going to work, it's not going to actually fix the problem. And I'm talking mostly like for like shows like this. Like obviously things are different in real life, but in a lot of shows like this, it's like you put a character like this in prison, they're just going to either break out or somehow make things worse in the prison or use their time in prison to somehow affect the outside. And it's like it sometimes like just escalates the situation in the worst way. It's not actually helping matters. And so you have Dr. Ver in this case, and it's like clearly it's not doing shit. This isn't having the effect you think it's going to have. Within a show like this, it's like there are like characters who you just cannot like give that leniency to. Like it sounds very American of me, I know. But there are some characters who you just should kill. Again, going back to Shao Tucker, he deserved to die. There was no getting around that because if he was imprisoned, it's like that wouldn't have helped the matter. Because he probably would have gotten out, especially knowing, a mistress, and just continued his insane experience, or he would have been conscripted by the government to work for them and experiment on things for them. Again, knowing a mistress. He's like, he had to die. Scar killing him was the correct move. It's just like, there's a certain point where a character just can't be given that second chance because they're not going to change. And it's obvious they're not going to. I just don't want to see him anymore. Like, I'd rather see Hibiki's deadbeat dad. At least he's more interesting as a character. At least he seems to have more nuance. He's not just an evil piece of shit scientist. Last episode had so much focus, too, on Tsubasa and Maria. Mostly Tsubasa. That it's like just having him show up felt like a big slap in the face as well, because it felt like it was taking attention away, especially with that being how the episode kind of like left off on the cliffhanger. It took the attention away from Tsubasa, whose big revelations and growth in this in the last episode like really shouldn't be ignored. Her growth and like acknowledging that she's not a weapon and everything is so important for her character. And it just feels like it was completely overshadowed in the end by that big reveal of him being there and everything. I just hate him. I won't lie. I won't sugarcoat it. I just fucking hate him. I hate him as a character. I hate him, like, for the shit he does. I want him gone. I want him out of this fucking series. I don't want to see him anymore. Every other villain is a better villain than him. In every way. I would honestly rather see them bring back Fine. And I'm not a fan of when characters are brought back after death. I don't like that. I don't like that trope. I despised it for Loki with the MCU. Made me fucking hate his character. It's like, I would still rather them do that with Fine than have this fucker keep returning. But either way, I feel like we just have to move on. Because we have this episode, and then we have the final 3, which we've been, for each season, doing together. Mostly because in the first season I was told to, and then I just continue doing it for the second season, so it's just going to become a trend. The final 3 episodes are going to just be reacted to together. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to do this. Next week we'll do the final 3. And hopefully this fucker gets taken out for good. Like, just, I don't know, slice his fucking head off or something. Riddle him with bullets. I don't give a shit. Just kill him. I'm being so serious, too. I really hate him this much. But let's get into the episode and see what happens. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, every part of this that didn't involve Dr. Ver was good, entertaining, and everything. But it's like every time he was on screen and everything, it's just like my interest like dropped significantly. Like that is actively how much like I despise him. Like he's probably up there as one of my most hated anime characters. Like he probably is. That would be an interesting list to make and even try to figure out. um but yeah, it's just I kind of said it before, but like whenever he's on screen, it just saps away all of my investment and interest in what's going on because I can't stand him to the point where it's like he actively brings down the show for me. It is like it is that bad. And I wish it weren't the case. I wish it didn't affect my enjoyment of the show as much as it does. But it's not really something I can help. I feel like I've tried to make this clear before, but I want to try to make it clear again. And this doesn't just go for Symphogear, but I can't help what I feel about a show. If I don't like a show for one reason or another, it's like that's not going to change by positive thinking or like trying to look at things from a different angle or perspective or whatever. If I'm not enjoying a show, I'm not enjoying it. It's an internal subconscious feeling that I can't control. If I don't like something, I just don't like it. And I'm willing to give things like second chances, especially if it's been a long time since I've seen something and my views and my interests and everything have changed to a point where I can be willing to try again. But a lot of the times, even when I do, it's like not really changed much. A big example for that, obviously being like Revolutionary Girl Utena or Kill la Kill. Both of those I tried to give second chances to, and it didn't work out for me. And I'm not saying that the shows are inherently bad because they're not. I don't think any show is inherently bad. It's just a personal thing. I just personally can't get into it. I personally don't enjoy it at all or like it. Well, okay, with Revolutionary Girl Utena, I can't say I don't enjoy it at all. Um, there are definitely aspects of that show I did enjoy, but it's like the negatives just ended up outweighing the positives for me, unfortunately. But with Kill la Kill, it's like I don't like that pretty much at all. Except for Mako. I like Mako. Mako's cool. Um, but with this series, it's like I love this series so much. Like, genuinely, I do. That it's when this guy appears, it genuinely brings me so down that it's upsetting to me. Because it's like, I really enjoy this series, and I've been enjoying this season. But him coming back and just his presence in this episode and everything, it's like, it's really affected my ability to enjoy this episode. Like, I, and it's, again, it's something I can't help. It's just an internal feeling that I can't get over or anything. There's nothing I can do about it. And it sucks. I wish there was. I wish there was something I could do to make myself be able to get through it better. But it's like every time Mineta in My Hero Academia sexually assaults another character, it just it takes me so out of the moment of whatever else is happening and just completely destroys my enjoyment. It's it really affects my ability to enjoy the show. And again, I can't explain why, I can't help it. What I can say is that luckily the positives of this series and of this season still are far outweighing the negatives with Dr. Ver's return. Like, as much as it has affected my enjoyment of this episode and everything, the positives are still, like, really leading the charge, I guess you could say. Um, and I'm sure it'll stay that way, but I just really, really hate that he was brought back. Again, I'd rather have them like somehow resurrect uh I said her name before. Fine. I'd rather have that happen, and I hate that trope, than have him back. But it's done. It's already happened. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to basically just have to deal with it. It's going to affect my enjoyment of the final 3 episodes. It will. But at least we have a kaiju waifu. We have this giant little sister auto scorer of Coin Bitch who is literally kaiju sized and attacking the Neptune prison like a kaiju would. It's like this was intentional. Japan loves its kaiju. Japan fucking loves its kaiju. So it no, this was very intentional. Like, do you know how many tourist attractions in Japan are just for Godzilla? Like, Godzilla has so many fucking attractions in Japan. There is a girls only fan club for Godzilla in Japan. I've seen the pictures and stuff. It's actually super adorable. And as a girl and a fan of Godzilla, it's like that's pretty neat on my end too. I really do enjoy Godzilla. So, but yeah, it's like that part is pretty sweet, and we've already known this was coming. It's like we've gotten like little bits of that set up, but now getting to see it in action and everything is just pretty freaking sweet. Elf9 being a secret traitor is entirely obvious. Like, that was not a surprise at all. It's like I kind of had already guessed that. Um, and yeah, it's pretty much how I expected it to be. Basically, Carol just like somehow hacking her way into Elf9's body and seeing through her senses and all. Well, sensing through her senses. Seeing is only one of those. um, yeah, it's pretty much what I expected from that. And I'm just glad that everybody there like were so quick to comfort and like side with Elf9. Like they were so quick to reassure her that she's always welcome there, that she's baby because she is baby. Um and yeah, it's like that was a good move from all of them because it's like it really made her feel better. She was so devastated by the fact that she was an accidental spy. It's just it's good to see that they were there for her in that moment. I really do enjoy Elf9. So there was a side of me that was worried that she might knowingly be doing it, but I'm glad that it was accidental. Um, but yeah, Carol's obviously going to use Dr. Ver's Nephilim arm as a replacement for the part she lost, and the plan is still a go, unfortunately. And Chris has no idea that by using, you know, her upgrade, she's helped the enemy because no one could get through. The signal was jammed after Subasa, Maria, and what's his face learned about it. I never remember his name. I don't think they say his name a lot, but I have like never remembered his name. But yeah, they weren't able to get through, so they couldn't get that word out there, unfortunately. Chris's little character arc here of having to learn to work better with others and to trust her kohai just as much as they trust her as their senpai. It was a really good little character arc that makes perfect sense for Chris as someone who's been through what she did and as someone who has gone through the traumas that she has. Yeah, she's gonna have trouble working with others in the way that she needs to. She didn't want to lose the friends that she had made. She didn't want to lose the good things she had come to gain. And so she was trying to take so much control in order to make it so that they didn't need to do anything, and that was the wrong move. She needed to work together with them, as we ended up seeing. Once they actually started working as a full team, things got better. At least somewhat better. Things are still kind of fucked at the moment, but, you know. And yeah, it's one of those times where I completely forgive her for her actions, because the thing is, like I said, it makes sense that Chris would be going through this issue. In fact, it'd almost kind of be weird if she didn't, because like this is Chris's character. Chris is probably one of the most flawed members of the team. And all of them have their flaws. All of them have their problems. But like Chris, like remember, she started off as a villain. She started off like as a villain because she was manipulated and, you know, just fucking traumatized. Um and had to go through a lot to be convinced to switch sides. So it's not something that's going to automatically be fixed in every single way instantly. Her issues are still there. And she's gotten so much better. She has. It's not that she hasn't improved at all. She definitely has improved. But that doesn't mean everything's going to be just instantly rectified. She's going to still struggle with things. This is going to be a weird ass comparison, but hear me out. In that kind of regard, she reminds me of Starlight Glimmer from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Because Starlight started off as a villain, had to be redeemed through a notable character arc, and even after redemption, still continued to make mistakes from time to time that, you know, were based on her distrust and her inability to understand how making friends works. Starlight made a lot of mistakes, did a lot of things wrong, even after, you know, being redeemed. And that's real. That's very real. And it's one of the reasons why I always loved Starlight as a character. Because she felt like a genuine character who's going to continue to, you know, have issues and make mistakes. Because people do shit like that. I make mistakes. I used to be a lot more of a terrible person. I've talked about this plenty. I used to say and do terrible things and just believe terrible things, and I've helped myself progress well past a lot of that, but I still make mistakes from time to time. I still say things that are really out of pocket and fucked up sometimes. There's the occasion where I'll say something and not even fully realize it's messed up. And I have to keep working on it. Just like Chris here, I have to keep working to fix things. And I can't always do that alone. I have to have people helping me. I have to have people like letting me know where I can improve and letting me know if I say something wrong or bad. And so, yeah, it's just one of those situations where the character's flaws are so necessary for making her as good of a character as she is. And I guess I was talking about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood before. Edward Elric is a great example of that as well. Ed is an extremely flawed individual, but his flaws and him working through his flaws are part of the biggest appeal of his character, in my opinion, for the series. So just going back to that comparison as well. But yeah, I I really am enjoying this season. It is still my favorite season. Like I think that's pretty much like confirmed at this point. Um but at the same time, the Doctor Verse stuff does, at least while he's on screen, drag it down significantly for me. Like really notably. But that's just me. Tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? And as always, no spoilers. We have 3 more to go for this season, then we'll have a break and come back to the next season at some point in the future. That's how it usually goes. So next week, the final 3 episodes, 11, 12, 13, we will get to those all in one go. That being said, thank you as always so much for tuning in. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.